definitely motivates you. Like when I was getting canceled, bro, dude, that's when the whole world is on you, bro, and the
Wait.
whole like
What?
the
You
whole
were getting
state of fucking
canceled?
California. Dude, I got canceled.
Wait,
back in high
I
school
thought
for
that was a
speaking about
whole
that shit.
joke that like y'all just kept making. I thought it was like a troll or something.
No,
That's
dude, I got hard. I got doxxed.
crazy.
They leaked my dress. They almost tried kicking me out of school.
What?
They
How often do you like really text them? Like, do you not text them at all? Like, cause like, do they just hit you up and they just come over? Like, how does that really work?
So with the girls that I talk to consistently, it's just fucking they'll shoot me a text, or they'll just call me. Like they're always texting and calling. They're doing 99% of all the chasing and pursuing.
I mean, what are some values and principles that you and your brother share, and maybe have also learned from Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that my brother and I value is definitely just staying true to who we are.
Basically, how did you get into this whole red pill space? You said that you were applying somebody's book. Who was the book? Was it Raul Tomasi or?
So it's Coach Corey Wayne's How to Be a 3% Man.
Okay.
And he basically talks about how to have healthy and like good relationships with women, and just being the best version of yourself, really. So it's a little bit different. I hopped into that book first. I didn't read Rollo's book first. I just read Rollo's book like a year ago, and I started reading all these other books as well after it. But yeah, man, it's a pretty good book. I highly suggest it for every single dude who listens to me and who's in my community of guys. It's definitely a book that is much different than all the red pill stuff, but it definitely works for sure.
Yeah, my question was gonna be like, have you ever been like in like a simp situation or like feeding over a girl? Like, what was like one of those like lessons that like really red pilled you?
Yeah, bro. Fucking, I've dated a lot of girls who I definitely fell in love with like too hard, right? I started to like them too much, because that's just what I've been told. Like that's what everyone's been told their entire lives. You know, chase and pursue after this girl, give her all your attention, FaceTime her all the time, and make her your only girl, right? So every single time I did that, the girl started ghosting. The girl started talking to other dudes, right? So yeah, I've had plenty of girls do that in the past. A few times stood out. Definitely the one time, talked about this in my first podcast with my brother Nathan. But yeah, I was basically always chasing and pursuing after this girl for years and years and years. I mean, not for years and years, but like 2 years. Okay, felt like a very long time. But,
yeah,
chasing after this girl, especially it feels like a long time, especially when you're not.
Especially when you're not, especially when you're in high school, for sure, bro, for sure. I've gone through the same exact thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So fucking freshman year, met her. She liked me at first. She was attracted to me, right? Attraction's not an option. So she was definitely into me at first, but I totally ruined it by being a simp, right? I started to hang out with her too much platonically, started to talk to her too much on the phone, started to invest too much of my time. I started to care for her before I even knew who she was, right? Now looking back at the girl, I'm like, damn, this girl had daddy issues. This girl had a bunch of issues. This girl's all messed up, right? But in the beginning, I looked at her as like a perfect princess. There's nothing wrong with her, right? Because we were never told to look at what the red flags are. We're always told to look at the green flags, which are, oh, she's hot. Cool. That's all you need to look at, right? So I never looked at any red flags. I just looked at, this is what she looks like. Cool. This is her personality, right? But, you know, later on, she started just to talk to other dudes, right? And so that was one thing that I was like, damn, I spent so much time and energy talking to this girl, and this dude she met a day ago is going on a date with her, and they're hanging out, having fun, and hooking up, right? So it was like, what the fuck?
Damn, bro, that was
but every single guy's gone through it, you know what I mean? So it's like, bro, but yeah, I had to go learn, I had to research, and I had to go figure it out, because all my guy friends back in high school, they were also simps, you know, because if you hang around a bunch of simps, you're gonna be a simp as well. And sadly, most guys today are complete fucking simps, and they don't know and they don't understand women. They don't even understand themselves, which I can't really expect many high schoolers to do. But always looking back, me and Nathan are like, bro, if we could learn the stuff, or if we knew the stuff we knew now, like 5 years ago, bro, we'd be fucking slaying like 20 times the amount of chicks we're already fucking slaying. Like, easy, we'd be way more successful. And that's with everyone. If you learn the shit that you know now 5 years ago, bro, you're gonna be 5 years ahead of everyone else, right? Exactly. So it is what it is. So that's why I really target younger guys in my audience, and a lot of my audience is younger guys who are like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, because I hear stories all the time of dudes who are way older, and they're experiencing this shit 30, 40 years old, which is fucking crazy. So I'm super glad I experienced that shit now. But if I could help guys who are way younger than me, then dude, all day, bro.
Exactly, exactly. And how is it that you and Nathan, who got red pill first? You or Nathan? And then like, how did y'all both like kind of help each other out?
Yeah, so I think Nathan and I were going through the same path of self development at the same time, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty rare, especially when you're young. There's not really many guys who are really interested in this stuff. Like you could give your guy friends advice all day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, bro, whatever," you know. Because I'd give Corey Wayne's advice to all my friends. I'd tell them to read his book because it changed my life. But they'd never get to it. You know, it is what it is. But Nathan, though, he's the one who actually, we sat in my room and we talked about girls for about 3 or 4 hours. And I was just talking about girls. We're talking about all of our problems that we used to have, talking about what we learned. I'm like, bro, you got to watch this guy. I showed him 2 videos of Coach Corey Wayne's YouTube channel, and he started watching it. He's like, bro, this guy's facts. This guy speaks facts. I do that with all my friends. I show him Corey Wayne's videos like in person when we're hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he decided to go read the book, and after reading the book, it was like, holy shit, boom, like we were just on the same level now. And now we've always been on the same level with understanding and shit. Whenever we learn something new, we always share it to each other. So it's pretty nice having a guy friend and a brother like him for sure. And it definitely motivates you. Like when I was getting canceled, bro, dude, when the whole world is on you, bro, and
Wait,
the whole like
what?
whole
You were getting
state of
canceled?
California. Dude, I got canceled.
Wait, I thought that was a whole joke that like y'all just kept making. I thought it was like a troll or some shit.
No,
That's
dude, I got hard. I got doxxed.
crazy.
They leaked my dress. They almost tried kicking me out of school.
What?
All my teachers, literally every single teacher in high school was talking shit on me.
For self growth?
Yeah, no, well, just for speaking about fucking the truths about women. You know, I talked about how men and women's body counts are very different and how we're valued differently, right? So I talked about how men's body counts, it doesn't equivalent to his value, but women, it definitely does.
Did the messaging kind of change over time? Because like when you first become RP, you kind of just say things to say it, and it's kind of like hard to translate it a little bit, translate the womanese, kind of hard to fit in all the patterns and the pieces together, especially at such a young age.
I think if you watch the video that got millions of views and got me canceled the first time, it's like not even that bad. Like I'm like, bro, that shit was not even that bad. Wow. So maybe I've just changed. Maybe I've gotten more hardcore.
Yeah.
But dude, looking back at that shit now, I'm like, bro, that shit was nothing. Like, dude,
that's
nothing.
crazy.
So,
the teachers, the whole school,
whole school. They were trying to not let me graduate. They had me go like, dude, crazy shit. I talk about it on my channel all the time, but yeah, just for speaking the truth, not doing nothing illegal, right? Speaking your truth is not illegal, but they definitely made it seem like it was illegal.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to dox me. They had cops on my ass, fucking everything, bro. But no one could do anything because it was like he's just speaking. He has the right to fucking freedom of speech, right, and his own opinions.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were trying to kick me out of school, all that shit. All my grades, they fucking tanked that shit. I was looking at screenshots actually a few days ago. I took a screenshot of all the messages and emails from my teachers pretty recently saying, oh yeah, Logan's not going to graduate high school. Logan's failing in all of his classes now due to the incident that occurred, right? So teachers were just failing me.
Due to a video? Due to a video?
Yeah, due to a fucking video that went viral.
You didn't even do anything to anybody.
So, but that's the funny thing though, is like I'm way farther ahead than all my teachers within like 2-3 years.
2-3 years,
like,
bro.
I'm way happier than all of them. I get way more women than all of them. I have women who actually genuinely love me. I'm not fucking depressed coming home. I know all these teachers are depressed coming home to their wives. I know all these female teachers are depressed coming home to all their cats because they're single and no one wants to fucking marry them.
Yep.
So I'm happy as fuck. And I'm just going to equivalent that. Like, dude, I'm way happier. I've changed millions of people's lives, way more than them. And it's pretty fucking awesome. Like, if you just look at those two things, it's like, dude, I've impacted many more people than these teachers who are talking shit. So I think any guy who's going through that situation in school where you feel like, oh, your teachers don't support what you're doing, or your friends that you used to rock with don't support what you're doing, that's good. That means you're changing. That means you're doing something different. And that just means like, bro, a lot of people are average. 97% of people are fucking average, right? And you'll realize it very quick when you start doing something different than everyone else. Dude, they will turn on you really fucking quick. So that's when, me and Nathan, it was just me and Nathan against the whole fucking world. That's literally what it felt like. And it was pretty awesome because we'd go out and people would spot us. We'd see people who tried canceling us online in person. They wouldn't do shit. So it's pretty fucking awesome. It's a very powerful thing, bro. And no one. That's why especially I wanted to create this community of dudes, because it's like, bro, there's nothing more fearful than an entire brotherhood of people who all are like-minded and share the same values. Like, that's what literally changes like the world. That's what literally stops like tyrannical governments. It's just a small group of people.
That's the beautiful thing of your story that you literally just said, and this is why I kind of asked these questions to see kind of how everything connected together, because you told me that essentially, you know, you and your brother were experiencing the same situation with a woman. What most guys don't do is they don't really sit there and think about it and critically like reverse engineer how they got there. They're too afraid to share like self-improvement videos the way you did. You and your brother were so close to each other. You were able to open up to each other, right? And that's why they say, like, don't be vulnerable around women, be vulnerable around men, right? And then face your traumas like a man. Trauma builds a man, right? And then you guys were essentially able to help each other out, implement that, apply what you learned from somebody else. And now you're able to do it at a much larger level because you got that attention. You already know what the biggest, like, at a young age, you guys already know what it's like to sit here and be essentially like canceled by your teachers, canceled by people on the internet, right? Talking all that crap. And then in real life, they're not gonna say nothing. They're just talking shit for views. But what you're saying is coming from, hey, this is actual self-development. This is actual personal growth. And I've lived it in my life. Therefore, I can sit here and show others the way as well. And it's just by sharing that piece of information, it's so crucial. Because right now, what is society trying to do? Silence you. Even at like young age, you're trying to be silenced. That's insane. I thought it was a joke, but everything you're telling me, that's crazy. It makes a lot of sense how you got there so fast.
They try to suppress any masculine energy from any kid growing up. If you're a boy, dude, they're going to suppress the fuck out of your masculine core, your masculine energy. They're going to try to turn you into a simp as much as possible through what you watch, what you try to say, what you try to do. Try hopping on a coffee table, try climbing a tree, you'll get yelled at, right? Yeah. They want you to be docile. They want you to be submissive, and that's what they teach you. If you're anything else than that, dude, then yeah, they start to fail you in class because apparently grades are important to so many people, right? But I know so many millionaires who are like, bro, that shit's fucking retarded. College is stupid. High school is stupid. It's all a waste of time. It's all built to just make you a fucking slave and a robot. So everything I've been learning, everything I've been being told by like all these dudes who are where I want to be in life, just solidified what I already believe in, right? Especially when you're being told like, dude, this is the right way. This is the way to freedom. It's like, okay, cool. You know, you're gonna get hate, but it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So,
how did you get connected with some of these like millionaires? How did you start networking? Was it obviously it was on the process of self-improvement, but how did you really like? Did somebody reach out to you, or were you actively going out and reaching out to other people?
Yeah, so I was always actively reaching out to dudes. I think my first ever collaboration with someone big was with Cold Heart Cam. I think he's got 100,000 subs right now. But when we all started, we all had 5,000 subs. So he's been blown up on YouTube because he's been fucking crushing it. Yeah. Defund Simping and XO Carlos. So it was us four, the fucking four horsemen of TikTok.
Oh wow!
And yeah, we were just crushing it on TikTok. I had 100,000 followers. Defund at the time had like 200,000. We all had around that same amount of following. And we were just helping dudes, and we were all talking about the same shit. But then I got a collaboration with Bulldog Mindset. After that, I got a few other pretty good dudes: Sterling Cooper, Justin Waller.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how did you get those? Was it kind of like a snowball effect? Like you guys had that in for? Did Jay Waller, Sterling Cooper reach out to you, or were you just reaching out to them? And
yeah, so for the first one with the Bulldog Mindset, I told them like, hey, we gotta do a video together, and I provided value, right? So he wasn't on TikTok, but I was, and I wanted to grow my YouTube, but he had a huge YouTube following. So I told him like, hey, I'll make like 5 to 6 TikTok videos with you to help you grow your TikTok. Because that's what's driving traffic right now, and he knew at the time that that shit's important, but he didn't start on it. So I told him, all right, cool, I'll help you on your TikTok. I got him like 600,000 views, so like over 500,000 views on TikTok.
That's a lot of value. Good. That's a lot of value. Yes.
Yeah, and then he put me on his YouTube channel with like 200,000 subscribers, so that was pretty badass. And then yeah, with Sterling Cooper, I just messaged him in the DMs, and that was before he started working with Tate. So I knew Sterling pretty well before he actually started working with Tate, and then I knew Tate before like everyone else did. So because I was watching Andrew Tate for a very long time. I was watching Andrew Tate for like 3 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was watching Andrew Tate when he had like 30,000 subscribers, bro. Like when he had hair, when he had fucked up teeth.
That's crazy.
When he didn't wear glasses.
Bro. Yeah, he had the fucked up teeth.
Bro.
That's so funny. That's crazy.
So his shit was always fucking funny. I remember showing Nathan a video of him and his brother. When they first like made the video, it was him and his brother like doing like a live stream or whatever, or like not a live stream in person, but they were like doing a video call like us, because they were in different places at the time. But showed it to my brother Nathan, like, bro, they're just like us, like dead ass.
That's so.
It is
so
super
beautiful.
funny. But yeah, everything came into like a full circle now. Sterling was working with Andrew. Obviously, Andrew's in prison. And there's a bunch of fucked up shit that's going on. Everyone in my Discord's talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna hang out with Sterling tomorrow. Sterling's gonna come. Sunday Sterling's coming over, so we're gonna hang out on Sunday.
You know what's so funny, real quick? Right before this stream, I was literally just doing Just Pearly things. I was reacting to Sterling Cooper on Just Pearly things right before the stream, just randomly, because I had I had something about him. I didn't even know. Like, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. He's pretty fucking funny. He's legit. I met his whole team in Miami. I stayed at his whole team's house, or his team's place in Miami, and Justin Waller's team's place in Miami. Dude, all solid dudes. That's how I started to get to learn more about Andrew, like behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know like all these guys are super legit.
How did you help them? Like how did you kind of like you got in contact with Sterling Cooper, right, through the DMs? You guys were going back and forth, and then I guess you met Jay Waller because Sterling Cooper and them kind of lived together. Yeah,
so I helped Justin Waller find a video editor through my Discord. So I have a bunch of connections within my Discord community, Alpha's Only Club, and that's where we talk, we fucking offer coaching, we offer value in any sort of way. So I have dudes who are, OnlyFans pimps. I have dudes who professionalize in social media marketing. I have dudes who do sales, copyright, like all these dudes, all of them are inside my Discord. So Justin Waller's guys, the guys who manage Justin Waller's team and all that shit, they fucking told me like, hey, Justin's looking for a video editor. You got one? I'm like, yeah, bro. Sent him like the best fucking video editor I know. And now he's working with him in Miami. I think he just took him to fucking his place in Louisiana. So yeah, it's pretty fucking badass. So I got my buddy a job there, working with Justin Waller, which is pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, Justin was like, cool, yeah, let's do an interview with Logan. And that was it.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, that's great, bro. That's like such a great ride. It's funny because all the things you brought up, Andrew Tate, I was going to ask you, like, do you even support Andrew Tate? Do you support Fresh and Fit and Sneeko? I'm sure you're going to meet them soon as well. Like,
yeah. I texted Sneeko's manager when I go to Miami for sure. That's the move.
That's crazy. Do you think Andrew Tate is innocent? Well, yeah, obviously, I'm sure that was one of the questions I had too. And then
I don't even know exactly what they're charging him with, like what the actual
charges yet
are.
No charges yet. No charges. Dude,
fucking yeah. So they're just holding him for no fucking reason.
They're holding him right there for no reason. Right now, it's kind of came out that his manager, the sartorial shooter, recently just said that he's got it looks very likely like he's got lung cancer. So like that's what we were covering today in the stream as well. And a lot of people were kind of like down about it when I heard about it like 30 minutes before the stream. I was very down, but the most positive message that I really took from that is the fact that this man didn't really use sympathy. It didn't come out of his mouth. Right now, Vice just released another hit piece trying to defame him, and he's still releasing emails every single day about having an iron mind, having a positive message, when basically there's like almost like very little light in the tunnel, and he himself has disciplined himself so hard that he's not trying to look for any sympathy. He still has like that opportunistic standpoint. That's such a strong mentality to have, and that really inspires the youth, and that like really gives on the positive message. So it's like, a lot of people right now are very like kind of down by it, but I honestly see it as like, yo, like, how can you not be motivated and inspired by what he's doing, bro? And how could you not want to sit here and like want to emulate kind of like that same mentality and physicality that he has, bro? Like it's crazy. It's great. It's great, and it's nice to see that at a young age he has even influenced you as well. Yeah,
he's definitely one of the goats. He was definitely on his shit way before everyone else, and he lived it though as well. Like he, in all his videos, he lived it, and that's one thing that's really awesome. Mm-hmm. He didn't only talk about it, dude. Everything he talks about, he's gone through and he's lived and he's experienced. That's the exact same thing that I try to do as well. Like I'm not going to talk about shit that I don't know or have never lived in, right? So it's like, kind of find it hard for girls to speak about guys' issues, especially when they've never gone through, they never lived as a guy. It is what it is. But that's the big thing is I find interesting when I see so many of these chicks online. Yeah, they're speaking facts. No doubt they're speaking facts. But like, where is it actually coming from? Like, that's where I'm questioning shit. Is like, where have you gotten your heart broken from some chick, right?
Emotional damage.
Yeah, like where's
hurt
your
you?
Emotional damage? Yeah, exactly. Like, how can you speak on these things? So
yeah. That's why my next question was gonna be, what are some values and principles that you and your brother share, and maybe have also learned from Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that my brother and I value is definitely just staying true to who we are. Like, despite everything, like, just never basically backing down from what we believe in. Like, just standing up for what we believe in, despite the consequences, despite what everyone else thinks. Like, the whole world is against us, like, and that's what it felt like. And like, we're ready for round 2. Like, I'm ready for round 2. Like, that's why I'm creating more content. That's why I'm pushing this shit. I'm ready for the whole world to be against me. But yeah, the biggest thing is like, dude, we just stick up for what we believe in, despite the girls we hang out with, despite the dudes we hang out with. Like, we don't care how many followers you have. We don't care how many fucking subscribers, how much money, how hot you are, whatever. Like, if it doesn't align with what we believe in, like, we're not gonna fold just because you have clout. We're not gonna fold because you're a hot chick. Like, that's something that we just don't care about, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, and we definitely will not fucking compromise our values and principles to a bunch of people who are fucking domestic terrorists trying to cancel our freedom of speech, So it is what it is. But yeah, man, that's definitely one of the values we definitely have for sure. We're both pretty honest with each other. Like, we'll call out different things that we notice that we might not see ourselves, because that's what's super important. It's like, if you have a brother, it's like you gotta call out shit that he might not be seeing. And yeah, that's super important. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you've recently called each other out on, and how have you really grown from them?
Yeah, man, I think a few things, like, pretty recently is, like, if we're talking to some chick or if we're around some chick, like, I'll just be like, yeah, she's not it, bro. She's not it. Just use her, bro. Like we'll be able to spot instantly, and like, we'll be able to agree, okay, this guy's legit. Okay, this guy's not legit. Just by like being next to each other, like sensing the vibe and energy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, this guy is not legit, bro. Like, avoid this dude. Or yeah, this chick is not legit. Avoid this chick.
What are some of the things that like girls are kind of doing to maybe finesse you now that you're like you're obviously a lot more successful, and like also guys?
Yeah, man. Obviously, once you start getting some clout, fucking guys start hitting you up, girls start hitting you up. Everyone's gonna start hitting you up. It is what it is. But obviously there has to be an equal value exchange, right? So if guys are hitting me up, but they're not gonna provide any value, or they're not gonna help me in some sort of way, then it's not an equal value exchange, right? And same thing with women. You hitting me up because I got clout now is like, bro, like, what can you offer besides sex? Because I can get sex from any girl, like, whenever I want, So it's like, what makes this chick add value to my life? Or is she gonna give me headaches, right?
Yeah.
So can she make my life more peaceful, right? So is she gonna make food? Is she gonna come over, fucking clean my house and shit? If not, then yeah, you're not coming over. So
are you also of like the like polygamous route? Like, do you have like a few chicks like that are like doing the whole like cooking and cleaning?
A lot of guys think that I'm just like running through chicks, like I used to, but but yeah, now I have like a solid, now I have a solid like 2-3 girls I talk to on a regular basis, that I hook up with on a regular basis. We've been talking for a very long time, so it's the same chicks I talk to for a very long time. Obviously, just new girls pop into the picture here and there, whatever. But I try to stick to the same girls, because they're the most dedicated. They put in the most energy. They put in the most time. And they're the most loving. I love the energy the most. They're super easygoing and peaceful to be around. They just make my life much more peaceful and relaxing, right? Because I have to deal with stress fucking everywhere. So that's the one thing I'm not going to deal with is girls, bro. Like, I have a very short fuse when it comes to girls. Like, I don't even get mad. It's just like, okay, leave my house.
It's just goodbye. Like, okay, goodbye. Exactly. Just kind of like, yo, listen, I have my boundaries. I have my preferences. If you're not going to respect them, you're not going to respect me. Then I'm not. You don't have to be around. Bye.
Yeah.
One of the things that I always say, like when it comes to like polygamous relationships, is they're really hard to maintain. So like, that you obviously now that you have multiple women, like what's some of the struggles that you see in like maybe maintaining them? Like, do they feel jealousy for each other because we know like they're emotional? Do they feel like they're not good enough? How do you deal with that kind of like frame?
Yeah, so the easiest thing is like the girls are always gonna pretend to be jealous and they're gonna pretend to care. Like it's all a test, dude. It's all a test. Like
Test.
girls are like, oh, why are you texting this girl? I'm like, because I'm gonna bring her over and we could both fuck her. Like it is what it is. Like okay, fine. You know, like you just have to be who you are and you just have to be honest with who you are. So like. But the big issue with so many guys is they get tested and they fail the test by folding, right? So the girl says, "Why are you texting that girl?" Or "Why is this girl in your DMs?" Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, she's just a friend. Like, dude,
They'll lie. Yep.
yeah, you have to be playful. You have to be open. You have to be honest. Like, don't give a fuck, right? And just be who you are. Because so many guys will fold. They'll get scared. They'll get worried that this girl's gonna leave them. And I've had so many girls like literally get like pretend to get so mad that they walk out because I'm texting another chick or some other girl wants to come over. I'm like, hey, like we could both have fun with her together. But yeah, it is what it is. But usually the girls stay. But yeah, there's gonna be times where girls are like, oh, I want to leave, whatever. Okay, cool. You let them leave, right? Because you want a girl who like just loves you for who you are. You want a girl who is there for you and is down for you no matter what, just for who you are, right? So that's what I'm just looking for. Is like I'm not really interested in girls who are trying to turn me into something I'm not, right? Because that's what you're gonna see. A lot of girls are gonna test. That's why so many girls they like you at first, and then you turn to some simp for her, and then she no longer likes you anymore. It's like, bro, because you weren't who you were when she first met you. You turned into something that she doesn't want. And that's the thing is like the girls are always going to try to turn you into something that you're not, but your goal as a man is to stay strong. You have to be the mountain. You have to be unmovable, right?
Exactly.
So that's the thing is girls are always looking for is that masculine energy that they're always trying to push and pull and get attention from, but you're just there. You don't move, right?
Exactly. And that's one of the things we touch on very, very often is that like essentially a woman doesn't necessarily have to love you because loving is subjective. She can love you today, not love you tomorrow, and then love you the next day, but she must respect you. And you have to sit here and you have to hold the frame, bro. She could be crying, she could be sad, but guess what? If you fold and she because that's how she's gonna shit test you, because she's gonna make you feel guilty, she's gonna make you feel bad, she's gonna make you want to cry. But at the end of the day, you have to hold your frame because you have your values. You already told her how it is. You don't feel bad. You don't have to feel bad. She can feel bad, but guess what? As soon as you start folding, as you start apologizing, that's when the frame breaks. That's when she's gonna start losing respect for you. That's when she's like, now I got him. Now I got him emotionally.
Some girls will do some crazy shit, bro. They'll start crying. They'll start doing some wild ass shit. But you have to hold your frame, bro. It's like, this is who you are. You have to be completely honest with who you are. That's the one thing I used to struggle with as well. Is like, I was always interested in multiple girls. Always. But I was always told by society, my simp friends, and her girlfriends that, oh, no, you have to talk to her or else she's going to leave you. She's the best thing you'll ever have, bro. She's so hot. This is what the simps are telling me. This is what the media is telling me. Right, this is what her friends are telling me. Like, Logan, you cannot break this girl's heart. Oh, Logan, you cannot be talking to other girls. I swear, right? So you get that shit a lot from chicks and their friends and the guy friends who are simps who are just trying to get laid by that chick that you are getting with, right? They're always trying to backstab you in some sort of way. So it's like you just have to be honest with yourself and what you want, because that's what made the girl attracted to you in the first place. If you're talking to other girls, keep talking to other girls, right? That's who you are, bro. If like you're a dude who likes talking to other girls, you're a dude who likes having fun with chicks. That's just who you are. And girls actually find it fucking weird when you're not talking to other girls. Like, they find that shit weird as fuck, dude. Like, something is wrong with this guy if he's not talking to multiple girls. If I'm the only girl he's talking to, there's something wrong with this guy. And deep down, they know. They might say one thing, but deep down, they know. Yeah,
that is true. That is true. When a girl sits here and she feels like she's the only option at that point, she doesn't feel like some level of kind of threat. Like, women kind of like that emotion, like, oh, like, no, I know he can get somebody else. I know I gotta sit here and behave, because like that's how they kind of show their respect as well, right? And essentially that's also how like they love you, right? By like doing the things that you know you like, that you set in place, and then you're able to be I think the biggest thing that like a woman is able to do with a man is like, we have to sit here, we have to put our feelings aside, but when we get home, when she cooks us the dinner, like that like brings out like a different kind of energy where you're just really able to like enjoy, you're really able to chill. It's almost like a reward for all the hard work you've done throughout the day. So one of my next questions is also going to be like, essentially, like, how often do you like really text them? Like, do you not text them at all? Like, because like do they just hit you up and they just come over? Like, how does that really work?
So with the girls that I talk to consistently, it's just fucking, they'll shoot me a text, or they'll just call me. Like, they're always texting and calling. They're doing 99% of all the chasing and pursuing. I'm not texting or calling any of them unless it's for something like, for whatever reason, but it's very rare when I reach out to them first to come see them. It's always, oh my God, when can I see you? Or they call me on the phone, what are you doing? Right? Hi, hey, what are you doing? Right? That's all they fucking say, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're always chasing and pursuing. That's how it should be. If your girl is, if I ever hear a guy saying, "Oh yeah, me and my girlfriend, we're doing 50-50, like we're doing 50% of the texting and calling," it's like, bro, I know that shit's not gonna last long.
Nah, bro, that
Like,
shit's,
I know it's not gonna last long.
yeah, bro, you can't.
It doesn't exist.
I'll, you know, like me and my girl will probably have like 2-3 messages throughout the day, just like very, very simple, very like quick and easy. Like I'm not gonna sit here like that. That's high school shit, very childish to sit here and just being sending paragraphs back and forth, bro. Those are the guys that essentially, like I said, like they lose their frame, they lose their respect because what should you be doing? You should be working on yourself. You could be hitting the gym. You can be, you know, working, being productive. You know, having these online meetings every single day, networking with other people. Like, what are you sitting here doing, wasting your time? Spending like fucking 30 minutes making a fucking long ass paragraph. There's no point. You're losing your frame. You're losing your power.
Texting doesn't build attraction either. It's like it's something that's just a very neutral or it's a negative, right? So if you do too much, it's going to become a negative. But yeah, it's never something that's going to build her attraction. It's not going to make her more attracted to you. That's the one thing so many guys get confused. They think the more they text, it's going to be better. But it's actually, bro, the more you're texting her, the more she's losing interest, the more she's figuring out about you, the more she knows that you're just all talk, right? So that's why I say, dude, try to get her on the phone as soon as possible.
Yes.
And if she doesn't want to call, if she doesn't want to FaceTime right away, then dude, she's not interested in coming over. Because if she's not interested in calling on the phone, what makes you think she's gonna want to come over?
Exactly.
Like, bro, you gotta get the bitch on the phone for at least 5 to 10 minutes to see, okay, 1, this girl's not a catfish. 2, this girl's legit. Her interest levels, right? These are all things you can look for. But so many guys think like, oh my god, I'm texting the girl and she's so down for me. I used to think the same thing, bro. But now I'm like, yeah, that's just
I completely agree with you. One of the things I've said like years ago was pretty much that the best thing to do is to immediately just like send the voice note and then get her on the phone call. Like the entire purpose of just texting or you know texting a girl in general is not to see how she feels. It's like, what is she doing? When can we meet up? Essentially, like that's the real goal of just communicating with her, because at the end of the day, she wants to experience the lifestyle that you built, right?
Yes.
So sitting here and like
your fun bus.
Exactly, like trying to sit here and like build up, like just going back and forth, it's putting you in a lower frame. And she's already got a bunch of other guys she's probably going back and forth with, talking about her feelings anyways. So like, but she's not giving them no box. You know what I'm saying? She's not meeting up with none of those guys. So that everything you're saying definitely aligns with a lot of things I've talked about, and a lot of things that I've really only delved into this space like in the last 8 months. Really like just like watching a little bit of Fresh and Fit, listening to a little bit of Andrew Tate on TikTok, watching him, seeing why people were like so against him. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, yeah, some of the things he's saying, like they don't sound like the equal shit I'd be hearing about, this blue pill shit. But and I used to be like a little more like brainwashed by that, right? I used to watch like a lot of that like left side liberal shit. And then I started to really get into like Andrew Tate. I'm like, you know what? Let me critically think about what he's saying, why he's saying, and if there's something wrong in what he's saying, I'm gonna point it out. And I didn't. I didn't find. I was like, I completely agree with everything he's saying. And I'm like, and I can sit here and state like maybe the one small tiny thing that I sit here and disagree with, and one of my pushbacks on like the red pill space would basically be like the whole never be vulnerable around a woman or whatever. I get it, like don't ever be like crying and sobbing and all that, but I think the vulnerability in a man is basically just like kind of like opportunistically, like, hey, guess what, if you're gonna open up about something that maybe happened to you, find like a positive way, like find a way to tell the story and frame it in a positive way, and how are you gonna take action. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just sit there and like just talk about something that's negative and really bring the whole thing down. That just brings the attraction down.
It turns women off completely, bro. You talk about your exes, you talk about your breakups, turns women off completely. That's why it's super important to always speak positively about these things. Like you said, like turn it into a positive thing.
It's hard.
Like when I speak about what I learned, right? Because the girls they're going to try to fucking find a crack in your armor one way or another. They're going to try to make you emotional one way or another because they're so used to weak guys getting emotional and just folding, right? So, but they're not used to guys talking about their hardships, but in a positive manner, right? And it shows strength, right? It shows that you overcame it, right? Because whenever I talk about any of my exes, I talk about them in a very positive way. Like, hey, this is what I learned from this chick. So don't fuck up like her, right?
Yeah,
so like, you know.
Oh, that's nice. So, that's actually nice because then you're basically putting them in that situation to sit here and kind of like qualify for you, right? So it's like, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm not like that girl. If she says that, it's like, you know, like it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, no, I'm better than this girl. Like now she's kind of competing in her head. Oh yeah, that's high value level shit. What was the other question I was gonna ask you? Damn, bro. It was about you have this alpha club, right? What are some of the core principles in the club themselves that you like really go over Well, and what are some of the systems you utilize to get women to come to you?
Right. So basically, the biggest thing is, dude, the biggest thing so many guys face is it's not their looks, it's not what they're doing exactly, it's how they view themselves, it's how much they respect themselves, how much they love themselves. It all comes down to their fucking mindset at the end of the day. So I really emphasize on having like an alpha mindset, right? Just like act like James Bond, right? Because so many dudes nowadays are just told to have this simp mindset, have this fucking beta mindset to chase after women, try to please them, try to get their attention, try to like, do all these things that are just such simpy things. And so like my podcast was basically just to go against all of those things guys have been lied to. Because dude, it's just not talked about enough. Obviously my podcast has gotten like millions of listens on Spotify alone. Just because like it's something that's very needed in society today. Like so many guys need to hear this shit, and when they hear it for the first time, it's like, wow, this is amazing. But it's nothing new under the sun. Anything Andrew says, anything Rolo says, anything Corey says, anything you say, anything I say, it's nothing new, right? This has been said before. This has been done before. But they like me because I also live it as well, right? So they hear a podcast from me talking about girls, how to understand women. They also hear stories from me and how I learn from my own experiences. But they watch my YouTube videos and they see how I act in person with girls. They see me being playful, because this is the biggest thing I talk about. Is so many guys have this misconception about alpha males being super serious, right? But I want to show like, hey, there's different like dynamics to having this alpha mindset, right? Is like, you don't have to be serious. You could be playful. You could relax. You could smile. You don't have to be super serious. And women actually find that way more attractive when you're not super serious. Because seriousness like ruins attraction. It's like the complete opposite of love. Like love is supposed to be playful and free, and like you said, open, right? So that's the big thing, is so many guys get confused one way or another. So that's why I just wanted to speak more on my understandings, what I learned, how I experienced it as well, and that's why my podcast blew up. Because so many guys, I share stories that everyone can relate to, talking about the heartbreaks, talking about what I learned, talking about my success stories, right? These are all things guys can relate to, or look up to at least, right? So that's one thing that I talk about in my podcast. Those are some of the values and beliefs I speak about in my podcast. And eventually started to turn into its own community, because guys would start reaching out to me. They would start building their own group chats. They started to find a way to contact each other and be like, hey, bro, do you listen to Logan's podcast? Yeah, bro, I do too. Start reaching out online. And so I was like, cool, let's start making this like an actual real life thing. So right now, Alpha's Only Club is in person. We're doing actually an event this Saturday. We're doing an in-person event in California for members. But yeah, the whole goal was to find these guys online virtually, right? The podcast was the clickbait. Guys come to learn about women, learn about why they got their hearts broken, why she cheated on him, why they dumped her, right? Whatever. They come to my podcast, learn about women, and then they leave understanding more about themselves. Of, wow, the reason why she did all these things, the reason why I failed with all these girls is because of my mindset, right? It wasn't the girl, right? All girls would do the same thing if you were a fucking simp. They're going to use you. They're going to play you. They're going to dump you. It is what it is. So many guys had to accept that reality. Is, wow, I just need to work on myself. I need to take care of myself. I need to love myself. That's the biggest thing. So they leave with self-love. And it's a pretty powerful and amazing thing, because it helps you accomplish anything else you want in life, with sales, business, negotiation. If you love yourself, you're not going to tolerate anything that's less than what you deserve, right? So that's a huge thing. But yeah, I'm doing the fucking in-person meeting this Saturday for all the members. But yeah, we do weekly calls. We talk to each other. I have a few YouTube videos of like Google Meet seminars with like 100+ dudes, bro. Of just us talking, sharing stories, talking and giving advice to younger guys who join for the first time, whatever. So it's just a whole community of dudes who want to add value to each other's lives, who want to share their stories, who just want to speak the truth. Because you can't speak about these things in school, right? You speak about these things in school, you get a bad grade, you get canceled like me, right? Yeah. So this is a place where guys can speak their truth, give advice, get advice from people that I actually verified, right? Because I have professional coaches in there and everything about dating, relationships, affiliate marketing, all that shit. So we have everything you need in there to be successful. And you're learning stories. If this is your first time listening to this podcast or this video, like this is the best place to be, is learning from you, learning from me, just taking the time to put the value into yourself, because the best investment at the end of the day is in yourself. So if you're putting a bunch of money and time into some chick, bro, you're not going to become better. You're not going to become the best version of yourself. It is what it is.
Exactly.
So
that's why brotherhoods and I think clubs like yours, like the Alpha Club, is definitely very, very important. You know, I'm definitely gonna be in there, bro, for sure.
yeah, definitely, I'll put you in.
Absolutely, I'm definitely gonna be in. Also, basically, one of the most important things that you did say was pretty much like, I think, diving deep into that alpha mindset. The only thing that's like, I think, a little bit problematic is that some of these guys in this space, they can get so delved into like just theory and they kind of fail to apply it, and they fail to really hit that like alpha mindset. Like, because every day I think that you need to be able to earn that kind of like that energy, kind of that like posture. So like, how do you do that? I think the best way to do it is by overcoming something challenging very early on in the morning, which would be like a hard workout, right? Then you got your blood flowing, right? You like, testosterone's a little up, you got some phenols, you got sweat, right? You got like the muscles coming in. You're gonna feel more confident about yourself, and therefore you're gonna be able to take all the things that you've learned, right? And then you're, instead of like faking it till you make it, now you've got something on your shoulder saying, yeah, I did this today, so I'm not faking it. I am this guy. Like, I built myself up today. You know, so I guess that's maybe like the one thing that like I'd say in the red pill space, I see a lot of just so much theory and guys just kind of failing to apply it. What do you think is some of the problems in the red pill space today?
Yeah, dude, you're totally right. Fucking actions speak the truth. At the end of the day, like, if you claim like you're this dude, but in real life you're just super bitter towards women, or you don't even like take care of yourself, and all you do is talk, then yeah, bro, then it is what it is. But yeah, there's plenty of dudes like that all over the internet with every little thing. But yeah, that's why I try to just live it as much as I can. That's why I try to just be who I am at the end of the day. That's the most important thing. That's why I think so many guys like my content. They like to follow me, because I provide a lot of value just by being myself and just action, right? So, and obviously you can learn a lot through other guys as well, just by learning and people watching, right? You can learn a lot from people just by watching them. That's a huge thing as well. And I suggest that for every single person on the internet, anyone in person. You'll be able to tell, okay, I'm not going to listen to what they're saying. I'm just going to look at their actions, how they behave, how they move around in their environment, who they hang out with, right? These are all very important things to look at, for sure. But wait, what was the question? I'm trying to think of that.
Yeah. What's some of the problems you see in the red pill space that maybe like?
So fucking the biggest thing with the red pill space is so many guys and girls are just hopping in, because they understand that to get attention, all you have to do is just talk shit on girls. And it's like, bro, but you're not providing value. Of course it's entertaining. Of course you could do it. Of course anyone could do it and just roast some chick. It's not that hard. I did it on the whatever podcast without even fucking trying, right? It's like, bro, it's gonna happen. But so many guys just go in there trying to roast these chicks, trying to keep these chicks accountable, because they know that there's a huge audience of dudes who are completely bitter and angry towards women because they just got a heartbreak. And instead of hitting the gym and bettering themselves and learning about women, they just start talking shit on them. That's all they do. So that's the biggest thing I see. That's the downside. And that's why I just teach guys, like, bro, you love women. Stop fucking lying, right? Like, everyone loves women. It is what it is. Like, if you were told the women are going to disappear like that, every guy would be like, no, right? Exactly. Of course, you love them.
Who am I going to subscribe to on OnlyFans?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, but yeah, there's so many dudes I'll see in comments just fucking so angry and bitter towards these chicks. It's like, yeah, bro, fucking, yeah, she was a hoe, right? She fucking cheated on you, but you also were the one who dated her. You're the one who took her seriously. That's your fault at the end of the day, right? It's like, so many guys get mad at this girl using them, but it's like, bro, at the end of the day, you're the one who pre-qualified her, and your pre-qualification skills fucking are trash. Because I could look at the same girl and be like, instantly tell, yeah, she's a hoe. Yeah, she's not a good girlfriend, wifey material, right? So that's your fault at the end of the day if you're gonna take some hoe or some other guy's trash and be like, yeah, this girl's perfect. You know, this girl, I'm gonna wife her up. I'm gonna take her seriously. I'm gonna spend all of my money on her. It is what it is, bro. That's your fault at the end of the day. So, but that's the funny thing is you see those dudes the most fucking bitter. The dudes who put so much energy and time into this one chick, instead of on themselves. So
exactly. And what you pointed out was so good is that RP rage that they experience a lot, and this is like what women like to do a lot, right? They like to essentially kind of point the finger at the man, like the man's a problem and all that. And then the people who are very RP rage, who maybe they don't communicate a lot with other people, they don't socialize the same way you socialize with your brother, the same way you guys were able to grow together, you grow as a unit, and then you built this community around yourself. also, you know, listening to the men that are essentially at where you want to be, and then helping the guys on the bottom, right? That's how you guys provided your value. A lot of these guys, they're so inside themselves. They're so like kind of like incel-y, you know what I'm saying? Like they voluntarily like just like sheltered from the world. They want to be like protected.
So weird, bro.
Yeah, and it's like that's how that rage, that frustration builds up, and it comes from like confusion. Like they're confused because society's told them one thing, but women are doing the exact opposite. And then women are saying one thing, but they're doing the opposite, right? And then your exact experience is, I'm gonna do the exact opposite of what society tells me to do. That's why when I was feeling frustrated, what I do, I looked inward in myself, I blamed myself, I pre-qualified better. Now I'm able to look at the women that say one thing and do the opposite. And guess what? Hey, she's for recreational use only, and this is the girl that I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna bring into my life because she's gonna be an asset. She's gonna bring value. So like that's definitely like definitely really deep inside that you know I'm listening to you sitting here and saying right now, and especially at a very young age, bro, because this shit took me years to figure this shit out, bro. I've been fucking off for years, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in New York, bro, and fucking I'm just like, yo, like I really needed a space like this, and I can't believe I didn't find it years ago, bro. That really brings me back.
That's why this club that I created is so important for guys. That's why I created an affiliation program. So if you share this information or you share this community with your friends, you make 50% commission off what the person invests. So right now, the investment to get in is only $50. Like right now, it's definitely gonna go up. Like I won't be surprised if it goes up to $1,000 or more, right? Because that's how much value there is inside of this fucking community and program. Like we're offering courses for free, programs for free, coaches for free on fitness, health, mindset, relationships, dating. You're gonna be able to talk to me like for a fucking monthly. You know, these are all things that are like super simple. And you're getting it for $50 a month, and they're super valuable, you know, and it's super simple to get in. You also can make money as well through the commissions. So it's basically like a hustle university, but we offer just more than money. We offer relationships, dating advice, fitness. So that's a very, very small aspect of our community. But yeah, you could definitely do the fucking affiliates, make money, share with your friends. That's a pretty awesome thing for sure. But yeah, being able to share it with your guy friends is not only like sharing work, like you said, like we could try to share it with as many people as we can, but there's only so many people we can save from we can only unplug so many people from the fucking matrix. It is what it is. Exactly. Some people are just not ready, bro.
But it is, but they will come, and that's why it's so nice to see you grow, and like you see that like even with cancel culture, all this shit, they could try to remove you, silence you, but these guys, they want it.
I had so many simps who tried canceling me. They made posts about me saying how horrible I was. And then a year later, they get their hearts broken by some hoe that was telling them to cancel me in the first place. And they come back to me in my DM saying, bro, you were right all along, bro. I can't believe I tried canceling you. I'm so sorry, bro. You know,
and then what did you do?
You said what did you do? Yeah, so basically I told the dude, the guy texted me. One guy I remember in particular, he texted me, hey, bro. I'm like, let me guess, she broke your heart. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, it is what he's like. And he just sent me a huge paragraph saying he's sorry, all this shit. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, dude, it is what it is. I'm not mad. Like, I don't care. But it is, yeah, he was just a sheep at the time. He didn't know. So hopefully, instead of making an enemy, I can make, you know, someone on my team.
That's the most important thing, right? And we see that with the whole Vice documentary, the whole Matt Shea sitting here coming at Andrew Tate. You see the sartorial shooter is like, yo, I don't want any of these death threats coming at him. He was actually changing his life around the same way that guy sat here and they canceled you. Matt Shea is canceling Andrew Tate, right? At the end of the day, life is gonna red pill him. We don't need to sit here and red pill him. We don't need to sit here and shame him the way they do it to us, right? Life is gonna red pill them, and then when they come back, you know, essentially like on their hands and knees crying or whatever, we don't throw them down, we don't kick them down, we're not bullies. We trying to lift every dude up. Even if you try to bring us down, we still trying to lift you up. So that's really good value, really good principles that you have in the Alphas Only Club. If you guys are listening, guys, you guys really need to jump in this club, bro, because they are providing a lot more like relationship advice, a lot more mentality, and this is something I really do want to get behind as well, bro.
Yeah, definitely hop in the seminars. We'll get you in the seminars. You'll be able to talk to my audience. You'll be able to talk to your audience or whoever joins. I'll give you an affiliation code, so whoever joins, it'll be good. But yeah, bro, it'll definitely be nice to talk to some dudes live, because you'll see all different types of questions live being thrown at you. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was always open since the beginning of time. Always open with my haters. Always open to hate. Because this is how it is. Like as a dude, you have to be open. You have to be open and willing for people to try to hurt you. So in any of my seminars, any live streams, I always invited girls who hated me, right? But there were girls who tried to hook in with me in the past, but they were just mad at me because I said some shit online, right?
Yeah.
I always invited simps online who were mad at me, but they never knew why they were mad at me. They were just told to be mad, and they're like, okay, now I'm mad at this guy. Because they're told, oh, okay, if I beat this kid's ass, or if I talk shit to this guy, I'll get the girls. It's like, no, dude, no girls are attracted to you. Like what you're doing is super fucking cringy. You're acting like a cuck, right? So, but yeah, man, I fucking, anytime I get haters in my DMs, I never try to fucking start arguments with them.
Waste of time.
Always. I just either send something positive or I genuinely feel for them though. Like, that's the thing is like, I know where these guys are thinking. They're thinking that if I take down this big bad wolf who's saying all these mean things, I'll get the girl. I'll be the knight in shining white armor, right? Exactly. So they think that. But they don't understand, like, dude, it's the Dark Knight that gets all the fucking bitches, bro. It's not the fucking White Knight in shining armor, bro. It's like
the Dark Knight.
These girls are gonna fucking use you, bro, and they're gonna hook up with the Dark Knight. It is what it is. But yeah, bro, it is what it is. But they're told that, and so I sympathize for them because I'm like, they're too brainwashed to see like what is actually being done to them. So I always tell these guys, you'll be back, and I'll be here when you're ready. That's it. I posted on my story pretty recently.
And one of my other questions is going to be like, what are your thoughts on like marriage and like getting married and like things like that, like settling down? Do you think you ever see yourself settling down, getting married, things like that?
Yeah, so like, there's nothing wrong with marriage. It's the idea of settling down is a huge issue. Like for guys, dude, never settle. Never settle for what you really want in life. Like I will continually chase this thing that's a unicorn for the rest of my life, even if someone tells me that's impossible to get, or even if I know it's impossible to get, I'm still going to chase after this unicorn. I'm never going to settle for anything less than what I want or deserve, right? Because I deserve this unicorn, right? I value myself so much. I deserve this unicorn. Either it's this unicorn business, this unicorn girl that might not exist, right? But I'm going to chase and pursue after what I want in life. And if I want a girl with all these things that I wrote down on my list of what I see in a girl and what I don't like in a girl, I'm never going to settle I'm never going to settle for anything less than that, right? It's like, okay, cool, I found this girl. I'm not going to try locking her down or holding her there. It's just like, cool, I found the girl. It is what it is, right? Same thing with the business, right? So it's like, I'm always going to be chasing after things that seem unattainable, that seem impossible. Like that's what every guy should be chasing after is like, why are you guys chasing after these average girls? Why are you chasing after the girls who treat you like shit? Why are you settling for a girl that you don't even like in the first place? But it's because you're so fearful of not finding anything better. That's the sad thing. So many guys are so fearful about not finding anything better. That's why they settle. They think that, I can't find a better girl, so I'm just gonna settle with this one, right? Or I can't find a better business, so I'm just gonna settle with this one. Or I can't find a better job than this 9 to 5, so I'm gonna settle with this 9 to 5. You see so many guys settling because they're fearful, and fearful is the biggest thing that is used to control guys. Fearful of getting canceled, fearful of getting shitted on. Like Gary Vee, like when he dumped his wife to go hook up with to get with some chick that's way hotter. Yeah, dude. Everyone got mad. It's because we live in a society where it's just women who control all the narratives, and they'll try to manipulate you the best they can by making you feel guilty for doing what you want to do, right? So if you dump some chick that you had kids with or some hotter chick, the whole world's gonna be against you, bro. The whole world's gonna hate on you. But deep down, it's like that guy did the right thing. Like he went after what he really wanted, right? It is what it is. But everyone's gonna hate on him, so it is what it is.
Do you think that essentially kind of like just chasing, like you're saying, I think chasing businesses, and I think the one vocabulary thing that I might have pushback on, I do have pushback on a little, is you don't really deserve it, you earn it, right? You earn it. Like, yes. I think that's for sure what you were alluding to, right? Because a lot of women say like, I deserve this. No, you earn this, right? You need to know what the other people want. The only thing with like the pursue and like constant women is you could find yourself in like that Andrew Tate situation, right? Where it's like just one day you slip up, you bring the wrong girl in your circle, and she's the bad apple, and she spoils all the other apples. You know what I'm saying? And you end up getting effed. So it's like I think it's good that the behavioral traits, that, but like I don't think it's more like settling. I think it's like building, because you're talking about like building healthy relationships and all that, right? So it's like the idea of marriage in government, I don't agree with. The idea of like marriage through like religion, through like values and principles that you have, I think that's a lot more what I see. And I understand the whole like chasing women, especially when you're like obviously like you're a lot younger, even like people my age or whatever. Like definitely, it's always like yo, like always chase that next girl. But it's just like we also are builders, right? And our natural purpose biologically is to provide and protect, right, and build that family unit. So like, do you ever see yourself kind of going in that direction, or
yeah, I mean, it's not chasing after these girls. It's just building a life that attracts them effortlessly into your life, right? So if you build yourself up so much and you just take care of yourself and you love yourself, guess what? Women will too, right? If you love yourself and you respect yourself, women will too, right? Because no one's going to ever do or say anything that is not a direct reflection of how they feel on the inside and how they view you, right? So like girls, they're never going to try to do these things, especially if they know that, hey, this guy, he will just fucking cut me out of his life forever because he does not tolerate that shit. Like he's not going to allow me to say or do these things to him. Which it is what it is. Some girls have to learn the hard way. Some guys have to learn the hard way. And some people just like to fuck around and find out, right? So
fuck around and find out. That's
yeah.
You want to fuck around. The more you fuck around, the more you go find out. That's the funniest meme.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think so the question was, what was the question again? Fucking
the question is basically like, do you ever think you're gonna get married? Pretty much. Do you ever think you're gonna get married? Maybe not settle down, because you're right.
I don't think I'm ever gonna settle down with one girl.
Yeah. Well, well, you can get married to multiple women, right? I mean, that's a possibility.
Well, I think just the religion marriage thing, maybe if it's in another country. I just don't really know about the marriage laws in other countries and shit. But either way, it doesn't sound like pleasing to me at all. The whole idea of marriage just doesn't sound pleasing to me at all. But
what about a family?
Even if
like kids.
Oh yeah, all day. Family all day, bro. Fucking family, kids, a wife that I love, right? Like, or a chick that I love.
Women that you love with kids.
Yeah, she doesn't need to be my wife. She doesn't have to be a wife for me to love her. She doesn't have to be a wife for her to act like a wife, right? I don't need to be her husband to act like a husband, right? I already act like that dude, right? Like, there's nothing that changes. Like, there's nothing that changes. The title, it's only the titles that change, bro.
Yeah.
That's what so many people are caught up on is boyfriend, girlfriend, fucking all these marriage title, husband, wife. It's like, bro, so many people are caught up on these titles that mean nothing except for money in other people's pockets.
Yes.
Oh, yes, change your title to this so I can make more money. So they'll push down you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, change your title to divorced so we can make more money from you. It's like, dude, that's all they just play games on these things.
I completely.
And same thing with the titles.
Yes.
Even the titles with the he, them, she,
the
them.
pronouns.
It's all for money, bro. It's titles just for money, bro.
I agree. The only thing is that, you know, what society is like promoting, you know, like on women. The truth is, I think maybe this is a little more insight, is like, the more time you spend with a woman, right? Like, she's on a biological time clock, right? Like we all know, men are on a financial time clock, women are on a biological time clock. So like, the more you naturally spend time with a woman, right, or women, right, naturally, we're supposed to provide and protect, and they want to be protected. And I think a certain sense of security is essentially like having, maybe not a title, but some kind of security as like, I'm being provided for, right? Like I got the kids in me, so it's like, I think that naturally, you know, with the women that you're with, the more you guys start to build that relationship, you're gonna start to sense. Push it. Yeah, not even just push it. Is that they naturally, instinctually want that. Like, regardless of what society says, they biologically do want. They want to be like protected for. You're gonna see that. So, you know, maybe because as I grow older, bro, like I've never really been like on religion. I've never really believed in marriage. But like, as I am growing older, as I am growing like wiser, right? As like I see success, like I'm like, none of this is a coincidence, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've earned everything I have. So like for me to just think that like, oh, like it's just kind of like luck or some shit like that, or there's no greater thing beyond me, doesn't make me feel humble. You know what I'm saying? So and remember, I'm saying like I feel humble. Right? I know like it's not really humbling to just think that I'm always gonna be the best, always chase something. I definitely always will be, but there is something greater than me that's allowing me to essentially keep pushing forward, to keep having the things I have. And then, you know, biologically, the more, you know, even Rollo Tomasi's book, right? It's like this is where I'm getting a lot of this stuff from, right? It's like biologically, you know, the more you spend time with a woman, like the more she's just gonna want that sense of security, the more of like I have a man, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be a title, but for women, just truthfully, it is like that kind of like marriage or whatever. Do you ever see yourself? Also, my next question was gonna be like, do you ever see yourself having like a wedding or a ring or anything like that, or giving that to a woman?
Nah, dude, I see that shit like super cringy. I mean, the ring is cool, but it's like, how about just tap my name? Cringy? Like, just tap my name on your ass or your titties. Like, why do I have to get you a ring and shit? I'll pay for the tattoo. You know what I mean?
The tattoo.
that shit's fucking permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay for the fucking tattoo. But Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
The different idea I had with the, and I guess the tattoo kind of works well. The thing with the diamond is like, right, like a diamond is kind of like an investment you're putting in someone else, kind of like locking down a little bit of security. And like the same thing with that the tattoo is kind of like more permanent, right? Like she's investing her body into you by writing her name down, right? And the
Yeah.
way I see the ring would be like, oh, like this is a diamond, right? This costs a lot of money, but if I'm making that money, there's no problem. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm putting it on you, and you're holding it on, right? The second things are done, give me that shit back. You don't have to, obviously, but like that, like that's like the kind of like the mentality I see with the whole diamond, the whole marriage thing. Like I don't. I used to see it as very, very corny, and definitely it is unnecessary. It's not necessary to have that to have that in a relationship. But
Right.
I also don't see myself like not wanting to give her those things. You know what I'm saying? Like I think at a certain amount of time, I think life humbles you like in that direction. But you don't have to settle. Like I said, like you don't have to like it doesn't have to be like a settling thing. I think it's more of like a this is the next step as you just naturally progress and you get older. Like even Andrew Tate, right? Like he has made women get the tattoo on him and all that. Some of his women, right? But then he also says that he does have like wives. Maybe not like through the government, but he does have wives. He does have kids as well, right? And he does provide and protect for each one of them. So whether he's not giving them a diamond ring, maybe he's giving them a Birkin bag or some shit.
Yeah, dude. Like
You know what I'm
I
saying?
have girls that act way more than like more than wives compared to other dudes' actual wives. Like I have girls that behave
Fuck.
way better than some of these dudes' wives.
Fuck yeah.
And I think it's because that's the thing is like once you get married, bro, you kind of lose your negotiating power because they
Yes.
know that there's something illegal that kind of holds us together. That way I could because now she has more wiggle room to misbehave and say and do certain things, knowing that there's also this contract that's on my side that I
Yes.
take half the money, I
Yes.
take the kids.
Yes, that's why the
Right, so
government
she
is
starts
like
to gain more.
fuck.
Yeah, dude, she starts to gain more negotiating power, which is not good, especially when it's a relationship. Because whenever girls have any sort of power, like not even just in relationships, bro, they take that shit straight fucking down. Anytime they lead anything, it just like leads straight to fucking the ground. It just does not work at all. Like, because it is what is like masculine energy is all about leadership energy. Like, if you're with a feminine girl and you're trying to make her you're trying to make her take these masculine roles, which is like leading and stuff, she's gonna hate it, bro. Like even giving the girl telling her, oh, give me directions, bro, they hate that shit, bro. Like they hate it. They hate being the one in front. They hate leading, right? Especially when she's a feminine girl and you try pushing her into her masculine, like they're gonna act very bitchy, very upset. Same thing with the negotiating power, right? If you start putting her in power in a lot more things, she's not gonna like it. That's when you know she starts to get more bitchy. That's why she starts complaining more, right? It's because she's kind of in that fucking masculine role, in that masculine energy, and she's not gonna like it. So yeah, that's a huge thing is that you start to lose your negotiating power. So contract marriage, definitely no good.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one I disagree
no.
with. Definitely no, because you
definitely
like,
no.
Exactly what you said is exactly what I was covering early on the stream. Is that essentially when you give a woman power, she is irresponsible with it. But why is she irresponsible with it? It's because they lead with their emotions, right? And you want a woman to be in her feminine. That's what you're saying. Her feminine energy. They lead with their emotions. When you lead with your emotions, you react. You don't respond. When you're in your masculine energy, you think a lot more logically. So when we come to terms of power, when you have a man with values, good principles, right? He's going to think logically about the decision he has to make. He has to be patient, and that's a good form of leadership. That's what you want to see in a leader, right? A guy who's going to respond, not react.
Right, 100%.
So definitely, I completely agree with you on there, and that's why I say like when it comes to government marriages, like I'm completely against that. When it comes to like religious marriages, I'm a little more open to that. I'm a little more open to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just, dude, why do you have to put paperwork into if you genuinely love each other, why do you have to put like paperwork and all this title on it? It's like, why? If you genuinely love each other, you don't need any of that stuff. Like, you don't need any of it. Especially if the girl's really into you, she's not gonna need it. Especially if she knows, like, hey, I fucking hate the government. She's like, oh, okay, cool, I love you. Then I also hate the government, you know, since I love you too. Like, it is what it is. If the girl's really into you, she's gonna want to share those same values and principles as you. So it is what it is.
Facts. All right, brother. Honestly, I got to dip soon. Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
I got to dip too.
Yo, and I know you must be hella busy, bro, and I love to see the growth. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bro. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do this, but you did it anyway. So, you know, you definitely threw a lot of like great value pieces in there as well. And for all the guys watching, bro, I'm going to be in the Alpha Club. So, you know, definitely come up, join the Alpha Club. You know, if you want to drop the link under the comment section, feel free to do that as well, because at the end of the day, like just having this conversation with you, I can tell you're a guy that's just very, 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 very grown, bro. At such a young age, bro. You've experienced a lot. You've been through a lot. You're surrounding yourself with great people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you want to self improve, you can't do it alone. You have to do it with others, and you have to create a brotherhood around you.
The team is everything, bro. Like the brotherhood is literally everything you're gonna need to succeed. Like whenever you're going through something difficult, is like this is where you're gonna look to. Like, am I doing the right thing? Everyone's like, yeah, you're doing the right thing, bro.
Yeah.
Trust. Like, because we all share that same mindset. Like, it's very difficult to find guys like me and Nathan in person. Like, I'm super lucky I found a guy like Nathan in person, right? And like now using this Discord, I'm using it to gather us together where we can meet in person more. Like the goals in the future is start doing more in-person events, seminars, like events where we kind of hang out. You know, we go to jiu-jitsu, we do fucking boxing, we do whatever.
Oh yeah, bro. I was gonna say that.
Train together.
Jiu-jitsu shit.
Yeah,
fucking yeah. How many stripes you got? You got a stripe yet, or?
Yeah, I got like 2 stripes, bro. I'm new as fuck, but I've wrestled for 4 years, so that's.
Yeah, so I saw one of those videos, bro. That shit was fire. Yeah, I did.
That's why I crushed most of the white belts for sure.
That's nice, bro, for sure. I'm a blue belt, so and I still do some
sick.
I still do some Muay Thai there as well. Did that for like 2-3 years. So you can see, bro, that just the physicality, the way in which you matured so much, I think it's because you've learned those lessons in boxing, through jiu-jitsu, through wrestling. You've learned to experience failure physically. That trauma has built you. So like, you know, a lot of the guys that sit here, more of the just fake it to make it, it's like it doesn't really work. The theory doesn't just really work. You got to go out there and you have to like build yourself up in some way physically. Like you have to experience that, and I see that a lot in you, brother.
Yeah, you can't be afraid to get your ass beat. Like you're gonna get your ass beat. It is what it is.
Exactly. You gotta enjoy. You gotta be a masochist. You gotta smile when you get
like
punched.
that's the thing is like you have to not be afraid, and that's why the one thing I always tell my guys is like, dude, if you guys do wrestling or jiu-jitsu, you're gonna love it. Like you're not gonna like it at first, but overall, like looking back, it's fucking the best thing I've ever done. Like for sure. I learned so much more about myself than anything else. It taught me more than fucking school did. And yeah, it really just taught me a lot about myself. And it makes you not fearful of getting in fights. It makes you very confident of yourself and your potential, and you know what you can do and what you can't do.
Exactly.
Right? You know which guys will beat your ass and which guys won't, right? Exactly. So it gives you this sense of confidence of, okay, I know which guys are just all talk and which guys are actually about it. And the funny thing is, all the guys who are really about it, they don't really talk that much, right? So it is what it is.
Yes. And that's why it's like our purpose is to provide and protect, and you have to build up that level of protection so that you know what you're capable of. So,
right. Yeah. So that's a huge thing for sure. So I highly suggest any guys, they start training physically. And in the future, we're going to start offering more physical training sessions and things like that. But yeah, man, it's going to be pretty awesome. Thinking in the future, we do like a whole fucking survival camp. All the boys, we fucking go out in the forest. We fucking survive. Do a bunch of fun shit.
I'm gonna be there, bro. I'm gonna be there.
Dude.
I live with my cousin. It's me and my cousin, bro. So me and my cousin have the same relationship that you and Nathan have, that Andrew Tate and Tristan have. So it's nice to really just see like that, like kind of how that just builds up, bro. And it's a pattern of just success. We don't even know each other like that. It's our first time really communicating with each other like face to face, and we share a lot of similar interests, but in different places and different times. So it's great. Like that's the formula to success and like really being a real man, right? Like bring that masculinity back. So
yeah, bro, just keep making the videos, keep creating your content. Fucking, I have a bunch of guys in my community that will help you out if you need to push out some more content, shit like that. But yeah, bro, fucking keep pushing out the content, keep doing your live streams. You're gonna blow up. Easy stuff.
Thank you, my man. You as well, brother. See you soon,
All right,
bro.
see you, brother.